My cousin was named valedictorian, but a grade glitch proved me right, and I had to show receipts. My cousin Abigail and I had been neck and neck for valedictorian since freshman year. We're the same age, and our moms are sisters who always compared us at every dinner. Every holiday turned into report cards on the table and test scores on speakerphone. People watched us. Abigail did everything public and shiny. Student body president, debate captain, varsity soccer, shelter volunteer. I did everything quiet. Lunch in the library, color-coded notes, practice tests at 5 a.m. By senior year, we were tied at a perfect 4.0 heading into finals, and everyone knew about it. Teachers joked we would measure GPAs to the fourth decimal. A week before graduation, the counselor, Mrs. Williams, called us into her tiny office that smelled like coffee and stress. She had 2 manila folders and a tired smile that told me the choice was already made. Abigail, congratulations. Your final transcript shows a 4.00 GPA. You'll give the valedictorian speech next Friday. It felt like my stomach folded in half. I asked about my number, and she pulled up my file on the slow desktop and squinted. You finished with a 3.97. I'm sorry, just 300ths apart. Abigail burst into happy tears, hugged me while I sat still, and started texting before we even left the office. The family group chat exploded in an hour. Aunts with crying emojis, uncles sending gifts, and my mom trying to smile. I could not make the math in my head fit that 3.97. I had tracked every grade in a spreadsheet all year, and my sheet said 4.00. That night, I went through each class, pulling up portals, reading comments, checking rubrics. In AP Chemistry, I had an A- going into the final. I scored a 96, and Mr. Rodriguez said that pushed me to an A. In AP Lit, I had straight A's, and my final paper came back A+. Nothing I added landed me at 3.97. I showed up early the next morning and asked Mrs. Williams to show which grades had dropped me. Your AP Chemistry says B+ for the final grade. That can't be right. Rodriguez told us final grades last week, I said. Mrs. Williams frowned and dug deeper into his actual gradebook. This screen is pulling your midterm as the final. His finals did not upload, she said. She checked AP Lit and found the third quarter sitting where the fourth should be. Government showed a lower mark I never got, and Spanish had a missing assignment that I had turned in. My hands shook while I watched her click into each class. She spent 20 minutes opening every teacher's gradebook and matching it to the transcript system. Then she typed the corrected grades into the calculator. We stared at the screen together. Final GPA, 4.00. What's Abigail's real number? I asked. She said 3.98. She printed the corrected page and asked me to sign that I'd reviewed it. She called the registrar and IT to log the upload issue while I waited. Through the door, I heard a line of students forming, asking if their grades were wrong too. I took a clear photo of the screen with the time and her initials. She saved the changes. So I was valedictorian. I walked out and sat on a bench in the empty hallway and let the air move in and out until I could feel my hands again. That afternoon, I wrote a careful message to the family chat, explaining the computer error and the corrections. Aunt Linda called my mom within minutes and started yelling about strings being pulled and unfair treatment. Abigail texted me that I was a cheater and blocked me on every app. At school, her friends stared me down in the hall and went silent when I passed. Rumors started that my mom bribed the school, and someone said a board member was our neighbor, which was not even true. The principal emailed all parents the next day, explaining a system glitch had affected multiple students, not just me. People wanted a simple story, and a glitch was not simple enough for them. Graduation morning came hot and bright, and the stadium seats filled early. I could see Abigail in the senior row when we lined up, arms folded, face set, her friends whispering in a tight circle. The principal announced the corrected honors list and said the office had verified all finals. I walked to the podium with my speech in my hand and a screenshot on my phone. I started with the part I had rehearsed, the thanks, the teachers, the late buses, the kids who held the door for the quiet ones. Then I paused